Miss Hartz, and we're going to talk to her about drugs and alcohol. What are your thoughts on those two things?
Drugs and alcohol?
Yeah.
They can be really, really harmful. Drugs especially, if anyone's taking drugs, they're addictive, and it can really make their life, pretty bad. Alcohol, if used irresponsibly, and if you're still a student and you're doing it, it's pretty bad. So.
Which do you think is more deadly?
Ooh, I would say the drugs.
Drugs?
Yeah, I would think so. It may not be the type of drug, but once you start doing one thing, you're probably going to do something worse, and
it leads you down a bad path.
Leads you down a bad path.
When you were a teenager, did you do drugs or drink alcohol?
I actually didn't.
You didn't?
No, I really didn't.
And I guess you don't have kids, but if you did, what would you do to them if they were doing it?
Ooh, it would definitely have to be, we would have to have a heart-to-heart, and I would tell them, exactly how it affects them, and, I might have to do some research or whatever and show them videos or something. But
yeah.
I would definitely express my concern and let them know not to do it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hartz.
Hi, I'm Angelo Martina, and this is Mr. Trowbridge here, and we're going to ask him a few questions on what he thinks about drugs and alcohol in America. Mr. Trowbridge, have you ever done drugs when you were a teenager or alcohol? No. No? What about alcohol?
I do not drink.
You don't? All right. Which do you
I
think?
drink Dr. Pepper feverishly, but that's the extent. Yes.
Which do you think is more deadly?
Well, drugs will probably be more deadly on an individual basis, but on a universal basis, there's more. I think alcohol might be the bigger problem.
Car accidents.
Yeah. I mean, if you just take one person and had to pick one or the other, I think the drugs would be more deadly. But if you want to say which is going to kill more people in the United States today, it's probably alcohol.
What are your thoughts on drugs and alcohol?
I just think they're a waste. I went through college trying to say to myself, if I have to drink to have a good time, what does that say about me? I went through college. I will confess, once or twice I drank in college. I never, afterwards I didn't see the point to it. I had fun without drinking.
Yeah.
And to this day, I do not drink. Now, I'm not knocking the people who do, but I see it causing more problems than it does good.
And if you were to find out that one of your children were doing either, what would you do to them?
First of all, it would just tear me apart. It would just tear me apart. But my kids have been told over and over again, you've got too much on the line. My son happens to have a friend who just, I'm going to back up, not a friend, an acquaintance. He wants to be my son's friend. My son doesn't want to have anything to do with him. He just had a major problem with an alcohol issue. He ended up beating up another friend of his. He has since been in county detention for a week. I don't know what the court results will be. This is a kid who is a sophomore in high school who has pretty much put a mark on his life for the rest of his life because of this incident. He's out of the school that he used to attend. I'm not sure where he's going to school now. And he's just, he took a major bad route.
From alcohol.
It was all from alcohol.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Trowbridge.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Trowbridge.